Welcome everybody. For today's video we are going to defeat one of the most difficult bosses Nintendo has ever created. No, I'm not talking about this one or that one. I'm talking about this one. So you may wonder why. Long story short, he gave me some puzzles, I couldn't solve them and he laughed at me. And that was pretty hard as a child. But now the time has come where I will beat him at his own game. Calculations. So to do this we first need to have a look at the game. Fortunately the game is quite easy to understand. You get 100 equations which come one after another to the screen. You need to solve them and write the result on the right screen. So without further ado, let's jump right into the concept on how to solve this. The first step is to take a screenshot of the equation. Then we need to analyze the screenshot in order to get the equation as a Python string. The third step is to solve the equation, and the last step is to write the result on the screen. So let's get right into the implementation. The first step will be to create a Python file. In this file I will first do some setup code to find the game window, get some properties of it, and so on. Afterwards, I'm creating a function to actually make the screenshot of the equation. And after some trial and error, I eventually get the right screenshot, which we can use for the next step. In this step, we will take the screenshot and analyze it to get the equation as a Python string. For this, we will use EasyOCR, which stands for Easy Optical Character Recognition, and allows us to extract characters from documents and images. So the third step is to actually solve the equation. For this we will use the built-in Python function eval. Even though this is not the best choice, I think it's sufficient for this task. And the last part is to actually write the result on the screen. Therefore I will create some code which can write the numbers 0 to 9 to the screen. So after implementing all these steps, I think it's time to test our code. So even though the code works, I think it's quite slow, so let's make some optimizations to make it faster. So in order to achieve this goal, I looked at the steps that we defined earlier and tried to figure out which parts of that could be done faster. I started with the first step, which is taking the screenshot. To make this step run faster, I compared different Python libraries which do the same job. Here I found that the one I'm currently using, which is PyAutoGUI, is quite slow and some alternatives are faster. So I switched out the code and it should be quite a bit faster now. So the code is a bit faster, but to be honest, I expected a bit more from this optimization. So let's go into another round of optimization and refactoring and try to solve one equation in under 1 second. I think that's a feasible goal. First thing I did was change the timing on when the screenshot will get taken. I also changed the library which writes the result. At the moment I use PyAutoGUI, which is quite slow for this task. I tested some other libraries which could do the same job, and I found that PyInput is significantly faster than PyAutoGUI. Afterwards I did some minor refactorings and optimizations. So hopefully this will run a bit faster. But let's have a look. Now, this is the optimization I hoped for. I think a bit over a minute for 100 equations is quite a good time. Even though we could improve it a little more and maybe get under 1 minute, we accomplished our main goal. We defeated Nintendo's hardest boss. So if you have other games in mind that I could automate, leave a comment and see you soon.